baby, yeah. Shock entered mine. You see, baby, the love we shared once before is now a crime. Oh, baby, yeah. Yes, you. Well, yeah, you.
Yes.
I'm live.
You're live.
You're live. You're live.
We're
all
live.
We're live. You just got back from a Whataburger or like a lunch.
Mojo lunch.
Mojo lunch.
Yeah.
With who?
With Jeff Hankins.
And?
It was wonderful.
All right. What
Yeah.
did you talk about?
We talked about worship.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk about something that I just saw. Before we get into it, and I put the glasses on, I
Tell
did
us.
reading, I want to tell you about the new kind of disturbing music video preview that just was released. I think the kids call it dropped.
Oh.
It was just dropped today
Dropped.
of Justin Bieber and Diane Keaton in a romance.
Oh. Well, I don't keep up with Justin Bieber very much, so.
Oh, but you know everything related to Diane Keaton, probably.
Maybe just a little.
Okay, so Diane Keaton is 75 years old, a spry 75-year-old, I believe. But it's just really fascinating to me that this would be a maneuver that both of their publicists and agents would have been like, this is good.
Do this.
I mean, you know. But what's really strange is that I find that my wife and I have these conversations about movies related to Diane Keaton. And the truth is we will watch anything that has Diane Keaton in it. And she's part of this group of older, more seasoned, I'll say seasoned, female actresses that are like in this sort of this echelon. We will watch Diane Keaton, Helen Mirren, the Dame Judi Dench, and Meryl Streep in anything they do. We don't care. And it's weird, and I realize I'm 45 years old, and I'm like, oh, Meryl Streep's new film? And then I like pause, and I'll be like, what's happening? What's happening in the world that this is like a thing I reach for, just go to every time? I don't know. I don't have good answers. I just have more questions.
Yeah. I know. Hey, all I know is I do have a friend who his brother used to play keys with Justin Bieber. And
Oh.
So, yeah, on his album.
Okay.
So that's my only connection to Bieber.
Okay. Cool. Well, hey, make sure that you look that way because, you know, Tyler
yeah.
in Miami, he wants
to see us.
eye contact.
Mhm,
And
absolutely.
Speaking of eye contact, let me go ahead and read out my piece and then we'll get into
Oh,
the
yeah.
discussion.
Let me get mine on too.
Yeah, sure. All right, so, you know, it's live from the bunker, and so we always talk the first week of every month, we talk about stuff inside the shop, right? And in the creative agency and things that pertain to life in the shop. So today's topic is professional services. That's what we do around here.
That's what we do.
We
We're professionals.
provide
And we provide a service.
Services for professionals, yeah. All right, so here we go. Professional services is a tricky game. You're converting the creative ability of your talented team of young digital phenoms, strategic marketing brain power over here, and the thin slice specific needs of the client's executive team. And you drop it all into a blender and then you hit puree. And man, does it get shredded. That creative smoothie should be delicious in its final form, and the client's eyebrows should shoot to the sky in delight. But that process is intense. And you better keep your fingers away from those spinning blades. JT, you know you're our traffic
That's right.
controller.
Cut your
and
fingers
you know
off.
all about that chop chop. All right, I'm going to pause.
You'll need a Band-Aid.
Yeah. All right, so part of it is managing client expectations. Some part of it is being clear about what is a deliverable. Some part of it is we have a vision, you have a vision. Can we get together? Do those visions align?
Right.
What if we tweaked it here and there? But you have been in some dicey conversations. I mean,
Yeah.
it gets a little ratcheted up from time
It
to
does.
time.
It does. When you're trying to establish a goal and where you're trying to go,
And establish
everybody has an opinion.
what is a win, right?
Right.
And is this successful? Yeah, totally. All right, I'm gonna keep going. All right, so today we want to pull apart that first ingredient, the talented team of young digital phenoms. And I mean by that graphic designers, web designers, media people, social media minds, lovely people, yes, like Hannah here who's helping us today. And here's the key point. These creative folks, they are easily commodified. And I mean to say that these skilled pros are at risk of their ability being downplayed and undervalued. Young talent is often treated like a lawn care crew. You charge $45 a week for my yard? The guy yesterday said he'd do it for $40. When you can hire a do me a logo talent from Fiverr, or you could do it, or you could hear this phrase, I could just build it for myself on Wix, then you know you're dealing with someone who's commodified creative talent. And they also see their own creative needs as barely significant, or they'd be prepared to actually invest in them and invest in what would make serious returns.
Yeah.
They think that they're hiring based on hourly labor, a few click-clacks on a keyboard because the end product looks so good. And so, of course, they misinterpret that as easy. So easy anyone can do it. Every time this happens, I have to put my right hand in my right pocket, because if I don't, that right hand might just shoot out a Sharpie pen and I might just say, here you go, hotshot, do yourself a logo. It's easy.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Do it yourself. What these clients accidentally denigrate, and let's assume it's an accident, most people don't know they're being insulting, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, is the years of practice, the wide exposure, the technical know-how, the training, the thousands of hours of previous work that go into that final product. Bringing a 10% off coupon to the deal is a misunderstanding of the professional offering. I might also take that Sharpie and scribble something on a piece of paper, and then I do this. There's your logo. Imagine it's the best logo you've ever seen. Face-melting great logo right here. Now what? What are you going to do with it? That logo is just a shape. Do you know how it fits into a fully developed brand? Do you know why it had to look like that and how it will communicate across applications, platforms, campaigns? Do you? I mean, it's a great little shape. Is that all you needed was a great shape? Creative talent should be offering much more to the market than a final design or a media file. We should be offering understanding to the market. Otherwise, Fiverr's a great option, or your cousin, or Craigslist, or maybe even Tyler, our 14-year-old listener from Miami. Hello, Tyler.
He's probably really talented.
He's good. He's good. See, it's one thing to look at a piece of media or design and see that, yeah, that thing is cool. But it's an entirely different thing to know why that thing works, why it is cool. Since this is an inside look at the agency, and this week live from the bunker, let me also just be candid about creative agencies. See, agencies can commodify their workers as well as the general public. And I can't tell you how many times we've heard some version of this statement. Put your seatbelt on, JT. They say things like this: smart, you guys are smart, you use young talent from the university, you can pay them nothing, work them hard, even on weekends, and then cut them to see them self-exit when they graduate. No wonder you guys stay in a college town with young people. When I hear this kind of remark, I have to put my hand in my pocket again, but this time for a different reason, because I am tempted to take a swing. Business coaches, clients, distant family members, we've heard this kind of remark from all kinds of people. And this is one of the most offensive things and worst ways of thinking that I can imagine. This is an extraction model, a wring them out and throw them away model. This is not an investment model, which honors labor and works to see people developed into better versions of their younger selves. Frankly, it's kind of disgusting. So when you see talent and skill as a commodity only, you will get what you pay for: a digital file without any understanding, a business transaction without a relationship, and you're going to shortchange yourself in the long run. An agency that burns through talent, they're going to get what they paid for as well. They won't build anything special. They won't see fruitful and invigorated talent in their shop. They'll see automatons stamping out subpar work day after day on a conveyor belt. They will express nothing. They will be as lifeless as the young person booking poorly paid hours, for that's exactly what they are. Here's your file. Where's my money? The creative will say. Here's my money. Where's my file? The short-sighted client will say. See, there's no vision here. No vision for what matters, how we are going to delight, how we will exceed what we ever thought possible, how we will push the edges of our own ability and break open new insights into how we will win the horizon.
Yeah.
A wise agency will see that creative insight, deep understanding, phenomenal communication are the ingredients that make up their professional service product. And it'll be profitable. But if you build a culture that commodifies your own talented team, you're in for a bumpy ride. It happens too often. It's one of the reasons young talent will shy away from agency life in favor of freelance-only work. We love the folks who've signed on with our agency, and we wish we could pay them double what we do. We would all like a little bit more bump and jive on paydays, right, JT?
That's right.
Believe me, but in the meantime, they know that they're growing something the slow, hard way. All the really valuable, important, lasting things are slow growth. At least I believe that. In summation, don't commodify creative talent, and don't let yourself be commodified. Bring more value. Bring more to the table than just a finalized, packaged file. End scene. All right, so JT,
Yes.
you, we can do this because I'm running out.
Great.
So what strikes you about this? I sent this to you 3 days ago,
Yeah, I took some notes.
and you took some notes. So let her rip.
I think one of the top key, most important things that you talked about was value. I think, you kind of get what you pay for. And so this is geared kind of internally and externally. If we want to just stay external, we want to talk about businesses. When you go out and you buy commodified art and creatives, right, you get what you pay for. People can tell that it's not real, it's not authentic, right, to you and your brand. And so one of the things I looked up, and it came off of Forbes.
So wait, sorry. Before you get into the Forbes thing,
Yeah.
you're telling me there's a difference between something you might buy at a gallery and something that comes pre-framed at Target.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, just making sure.
Especially when it comes down to creatives.
Yes.
They were saying that delivery and experience, right, can be lost in commodified creatives.
This is what Forbes says?
Mhm.
Oh, they would know, I guess.
Yeah, they would know. Consumers can tell when you've rushed a project, right? You won't stand out off the shelves, right? And that's what you want to have happen, because you want that decision, that creative, right, to bring you money. But people can tell when you don't take your time with that and put money behind it and put thought behind it.
Yeah,
So-
and especially if it looks retread or rehashed or just a tired expression.
Just
that
like
you've
everything
seen
else that's on the
100
shelf.
times. Sure.
People can tell.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. So is one of I think that one of the ways that you get around this commodification is that you can actually bring the client, the executive team, their voice into the project. So if
yeah, that's important. It takes organization.
that's right.
Like, the reason why I think commodified things even happen in the creative world is because people just want things now.
Yes.
And they want to rush it, or they're not organized. And so it does require coming to the table, getting organized, setting out a path, sticking to the path, reaching the goal, right?
That's right.
Not necessarily. Sometimes you can try to push things through quickly, but you want to make sure that you are still doing things, as best as you can. We're not saying that, a time frame, you should be concrete to a time frame, but you can always...
Of course, there's due dates.
There's due dates, yeah. You can make them quicker, shorter,
One
make them
thing
longer.
that I'm thinking about that we need to do another episode on is really when you, as a pro, actually push back and fight for an idea on behalf of
Your
perhaps
client.
the executive
Yeah.
client who has a tendency, sometimes, it happens occasionally, to actually be choosing against their own interest.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you're the professional in the room, is for you to be able to say, I know that between these three options, you're leaning heavily toward option C, and it's viable, but we really, really are strongly recommending B, and we're recommending it for these reasons. You know, they don't always pick it, but it's like, you're actually adding value to be the contrarian voice in the moment.
Yeah.
So
Intentional creatives, right? That's what we're supposed to bring
that's right.
to the table.
Yeah. And there is a logic behind the art. It's not all art. So, All right, well, cool. Did you get through everything you wanted to talk about on this piece?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, very good. Well, thank you for joining us for yet another episode of Live from the Bunker. Take care.